If you're not familiar with the site, there's our stadium, and then there's the Izod Center across Route 120. For a major event or an NFL game, both sides of the property are utilized for parking. As it pertains to the stadium proper, we have 450 to 500 acres of land here, which translates into 90 acres or so of parking facilities. On our side of the property, as the stadium goes, we have 22,500 parking spaces, give or take. All depends if there's construction going on or if another facility is using some of the parking. Next to the stadium, we have a racetrack that's active different times of the year, the Meadowlands racetrack. So we share the facility. But you're looking at 12 to 13 parking lots that are used for public parking. And like I said, the capacity is 22,500 spaces, which is, if you add the arena side, the Izod Center side parking, you've got another 5,000 spaces. So you're looking at, 27,500 spaces, and that's by far the most in the NFL. We have, we used to have 2 bus routes to this property on event days. One was New Jersey Transit, and one was the route from Port Authority in New York City. New Jersey Transit would run from Secaucus train station to here, and the Port Authority would run, obviously, from Port Authority to here. For major stadium events, the Secaucus route has now been taken over by the rail that runs from Secaucus to just outside our SAP gate here at the stadium. And we do anywhere from 9,000 to 11,000 people for an NFL game. The rail is designed to do 10,000 people an hour. So we've had as many as 19,000 for U2, and we've had as few as 5,000. But we try to operate the train, and we work with NJ Transit to operate the train for any event that's basically over 50,000 people in attendance. The Port Authority bus route typically generates 2,500 to 3,000 in ridership to and from the Port Authority. Yeah. Listen, if anybody that's watching this or who's an NFL fan, they probably enjoy tailgating to some extent. A lot of people tailgate at home. They set up in their driveway and they put the game out on a TV. Well, here they do the same thing. It's no longer just pulling up with a small grill and eating and drinking before the game and coming into the game. It's tents, it's flat screen TVs, it's satellite dishes, it's couches, it's anything. It's converted trailers into large grills and smokers and branded. Everything's branded for the team. It's really amazing what's happened with the culture of tailgating. And to give you an idea, the football game is 3.5 hours. Here at this stadium, we open up parking lots 5 hours before kickoff, and we close 2 hours after the game. So you're looking at 7 hours of tailgating and hanging out with your friends and watching some of the early games or the late games, and 3.5 hours of football in the stadium. So it's become a day an event. It's people dedicating an entire day out of their schedule to come and obviously pull for their team and enjoy themselves tailgating. So on our property, one of our biggest challenges is not necessarily policy driven in terms of picking up trash and operating safely and things like that. The biggest issue we have is the space use. So we've got a policy in place that's called 1 car equals 1 space, and we have a tailgate patrol that wanders through the parking lots in teams and tries to get people to consolidate their space. Because this is not Disney direct parking where people pull into a parking lot and pull in, park, get out, and take a tram to the park and go enjoy their day. These people are here to spread out, play games, put their tent up, set their grills, get their music going, watch the games, and hang out. So we need to, in order to maximize our capacity and efficiency, we have to try try and assist them at making their setups acceptable, so that other people that aren't tailgating always have a place to park. So that's kind of one of the major issues we have. Well, this is not by any means a parking or traffic specific operation. I mean, we have in our parking lots, we have parking and traffic staff, we have the tailgate patrol, we have state police, we have security on golf carts and in other vehicles and vans, we have cleaning crew, we have emergency services out in the parking lots. It's an entirely separate venue in a lot of ways on an event day here. And you know, we pay specific attention to that, and you know, both teams and the stadium are very cognizant of the fact that people want to come and enjoy the tailgating, which is, you know, why we choose to open up as early as we do and allow people to stay after a game for an hour or two just to kind of, you know, wind down after the game. It's an important part of the culture. And as anybody knows, professional sports, as the prices of tickets go up and the prices of concessions and things go up, you know, you've got to be able to deliver an experience and allow people to do what they enjoy doing, or at some point you wonder when will they stop coming. It used to be that you didn't have to have a parking permit. You know, you could pay to come and park. You could basically park wherever you wanted to. You know, obviously there's always been premium lots and suite lots and things like that for some of the folks that have paid for that service as a part of their package, their ticket package. I think what you're going to see more and more of, obviously, is obviously more properties going to permit parking only, which is what we are, and parking plans that make sense for the property. So in other words, you know, you used to be able to come on this property and in the days of Giant Stadium and, you know, pay to park or show your permit and then just drive around and go meet your friends. Well, that's been changed since we opened this stadium. The parking plan we have is designed for people to be parked in their level of parking in the closest location in which they came on the property, so that there's less on property site congestion. So when you think about that, you have thousands and thousands of cars coming here by the hour on an NFL game day, and as opposed to them driving on the property and going all over the place, they're being funneled into the correct lot. So we encourage people to meet before coming if they want to hang out and tailgate, or you park and you walk to where you guys all want to meet. And it's made things a lot easier. It's made things, you know, our roadways are clear an hour before game time here. Okay, that's good. It used to be people were missing football while sitting in traffic, and so that was a real concern for both teams prior to opening the stadium. Was, you know, these people are spending a lot of money on their tickets and on their parking and on food and beverage, and we don't want them, if we can help it, to miss any football because they're sitting in traffic. So we've accomplished that in a lot of ways. Also, following the game, if you're parked closest to where you came on the property, you know, logic is you're leaving that way as well. So you're leaving the closest way, so you don't have to traverse through the property and create congestion. It's, you know, parking and traffic on a property is not the most exciting topic, but it's important, and especially if anybody has sat in a vehicle for 2.5 or 3 hours, you know, while you wait to get out of a Patriots game or wherever. And the reason I say that is that, you know, a lot of these stadiums are designed with one way in and one way out, like Foxborough. It's a different entity up there. Hence, longer delays. Here you've got 5 or 6 ways off the property and on the property, and you know, we think we've got a really good operation here, considering we're the largest NFL property in terms of parking capacity.